I'm from Japan. I started cooking when I was 16. Then I moved to the States because I was like a curious George.
Being here with him, it makes me appreciate what he does more because I see the people leaving saying, that was the best meal I've ever had. It's wonderful. I can't believe it.
Like being cooking French food. So I'm going back to my roots. So you can see that my menu, and some is very French and American. Some menu is very, very Japanese. Then some is very mixed.
We get some business meetings. We get a lot of young people, a lot of older people too. So we do, it is varied. But I think the main thing, people think it's romantic and intimate, cozy for a date.
When customers say, check please, right? Then when you get the check, then, oh, this is a great place. That's what we try to do every day.
So Anisha, you say that Chef Takashi's work is magic. Tell us why you chose it.
It's Takashi to me is the hot underwear model who's also insanely approachable. It's kind of the mix of amazingly fine dining, refined flavors in an atmosphere and a price point that's unintimidating and really accessible to everyone.
How would you describe Takashi's food?
His food is, he pairs, it's an amazing dichotomy. He pairs the very strong and robust flavors with the very light and delicate. So he does kind of, for example, one of my favorite dishes there is a skate wing, which is a delicate, fresh fish with a cauliflower risotto. So it's kind of the very strong, matched with the opposite of it.
So, Bob, we sent you to Takashi. What'd you think?
Wow.
Only one Bob over.
Your description is incredible because it's a paradox. It's comfortable, but it's chic. It's the food. The portions are just perfect. It's but they're just enough. But they're beautiful. It's artwork. It's absolutely. So you think it when you're first there, it's like, oh, this is going to be pretentious, okay? And when I get the bill, oh my Lord, and the portions are going to be enough that won't even fill my cat's tummy. But at the end of the day, everything is absolutely right on the mark. Right on the mark. The service is impeccable. The location is beautiful. The food is extraordinary. He melds together everything that takes to be a great restaurant, I think. And what a pleasant surprise.
All right. Well, Amelia, 3 for 3.
I love Takashi. It was really, I'd never heard of Takashi, I'm sorry to say. I'm so busy going to the Fatouche. But we ordered the barramundi. My eating partner and I both ordered that. Being Australian, I had to have the barramundi, and it was just perfectly cooked. And the accompaniment with that was the eggplant with a little mustard sauce and the Napa cabbage roll with the carrots and the Asian mushrooms. It was like, all right, so I delved through that, and I loved the tea because I'm a tea drinker, and very seldom do you get a cup that is pre-warmed. I ordered some chamomile tea, which you would think is ooh, but the beautiful fresh flowers. It's not just tea bag. It's a form of art with even the tea. And so that was just a great experience for me. And especially since it was storming outside, so I was a little chilly, so the tea was great.
So Bob, what'd you eat?
I had the main scallops. So I'm a scallop fan, so that it didn't matter what anything else was. And it's beautifully prepared. And at first you're going, whoa, that's a little bit different. And you reach in, it's like in the clouds. You're pulling these wonderfully succulent Maine scallops out of the clouds and taking them in. It's like, this is heaven.
It's like a religious experience here.
It was more fun than people should be permitted. I'm like, they're going to pull me over and give me a ticket for having too much fun here.
Amelia, is the price point of this restaurant something you can do a couple nights a week or special occasion?
I think it would be a special occasion for me personally. Actually, comparing the price of the mains, that's very reasonable. I think the appetizers I found a teeny little bit expensive, but the desserts and the mains were comparable to what I've had at other sort of high-scale restaurants.
I imagine you recommend this restaurant quite a bit to your friends who've never been there. So when you say, hey, let's go to Takashi, what do they think this place is going to be like?
They're like, we go there quite a bit. I think for the price point, you mentioned the appetizers, but I think the portions, you don't leave there hungry. You get really refined flavors, and we will go maybe once a month, so it's not necessarily we'll go on Lincoln's birthday birthday or my birthday. You know,
It's wonderful when you can recommend a restaurant, I think, that you know it's a grand slam, and you know that it's, but the food, besides its presentation, that it because we did have the appetizers. We had with the shrimp roll, I believe it was, and the calamari. Fresh, and so that gets you started. And I kept asking myself, what would it be like to order that full, what did he call it, the chef's
tasting menu.
The chef's tasting menu.
Yes, with all
I don't
different
think you can
wines.
handle it.
I mean,
I
have
don't
you
know
ever
if
done
guys
it?
had the dessert. The dessert is
did.
actually
Oh, I
very
had
surprising.
dessert.
When I was there most recently, it was a chocolate sticky cake with a graham cracker and an ice
That's
cream, and
what
that's
I
the
had.
most
That's
least
what I
eloquent
had.
description.
No,
But
the rhubarb rice pudding
Yes,
with the
yes.
ginger, the candied ginger was like,
Oh yeah, that should be illegal.
because usually that's where the fine dining restaurants kind of skimp, or you're a little bit underwhelmed with the dessert. But that was a really hearty, flavorful.
And just the right portion.
Yeah.
And not too much, not just exactly what you needed.
I also must say my gluten-free requests were very well taken care of. The chef made sure the barramundi to give me a sauce that had no gluten in it. Everyone knew I'd ordered online. I'd ordered my table online, and they knew when I came in, oh yes, we'll take care of you. The service was spectacular.
Takashi is one of many great restaurants. It's kind of like you can kind of hit different types of restaurants along the stretch of Damen. Tell us a little bit about the neighborhood.
The neighborhood's great. Bucktown has changed a lot in recent years, but it's, you'll see the mildly tattooed, and then you'll see the families with the strollers. So it's kind of a good mix of people. It's a little bit more muted than Ukrainian Village or Wicker Park, but it's kind of a very welcoming neighborhood. There's a lot of friendly bars and restaurants there. It's very fun to walk
You
around.
can do some cute little shops.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, Alicia, you picked Takashi. Sum it up for us.
Takashi is probably the best restaurant in the city for that fine dining experience that's also comfortable and approachable and not going to kind of blow you out of your paycheck.
All right, Amelia?
Takashi, I would keep it for special occasions, and I would really savor being spoiled.
All right, and Bob?
1 out of 10, I'll give it an 11. It was wonderful, and thank you for recommending it. It was
yes,
phenomenal.
thank you.
Well, you can check out Chef Takashi's cuisine for yourself at Takashi, 1952 North Damen, 773-772-6170. They're open for dinner Tuesday through Saturday, brunch and dinner on Sundays. Reservations are accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is $60.